We've got all the spices out, the freshest ingredients, the wildest recipes. You smell that? We've been cooking. It's patch day. Time to eat. 2024.3.1. It's a tasty one. Let's talk features first. We got a couple big ones in this patch. First, Input 2.0. This upgrade is VRChat's adoption of SteamVR Input 2.0. What does that mean for you? It means that we now have support for SteamVR skeletal hand tracking and finger-based input, similar to what's in our native Quest release. The new SteamVR skeletal tracking should also improve finger tracking for those using index controllers too. This will improve fidelity, but might take some getting used to. Hey, it's Straz from the future, here to make two quick notes. One, we changed this so you can toggle on the old functionality if you prefer that instead. And two, if you have any questions on how to use any of the new features or bindings, you should check out the FAQ in the patch notes, which as always, are linked in the description. Back to you, Straz of the past. But that's not all. This update also brings full controller remapping via the SteamVR Bindings UI. You can remap any action to any button you want on any controller. Endless customization. Likewise, you can now map gestures to any button. You can also map individual actions like earmuffs, nameplates, the chat box, and more to buttons as well. And finally, tired of having your hand wanting to escape your body after holding an object for a long time in VR? Well, now you can just bind drop to your controller, meaning that you can just press once to hold an item instead of having to grip it constantly. As a note, the old behavior will still apply if the drop action is unbound. This is a big change that will open up a lot of possibilities. I strongly suggest you check out the full patch notes and the July 25 text developer update to see more. Next, VRChat Constraints. VRChat Constraints are a replacement for Unity's constraint system that is more performant. Constraints allow folks to do really cool things with avatars, but until now, they've been risky when it comes to performance cost. This was due to how Unity's default constraints were calculated. Our version is vastly more performant. That means creators can use more without impacting other folks around them. This performance increase means that VRChat constraints can be used on non-PC avatars as well. It also means that we can calculate their performance more accurately, so we'll be adding them in as a tracked performance stat. You can automatically convert your avatar from using Unity constraints to VRChat constraints using the SDK. We've been testing it behind the scenes for some time and it works great. Existing avatars will automatically be converted to the new system when loaded in too, so everyone can benefit from the upgraded performance. For more information on VRChat constraints, you should check out the creator docs, which you can find linked in the description. Oh, and one more thing. Portals. They've been looking a little stale. So what if we change them? We've overhauled their visuals, including a new shader and particle animations. These portals should show world thumbnails much more clearly. Likewise, we've added a nice little parallax effect that really sells the idea that you're, looking at a portal. And of course, the spawn animations for portals have been changed too. As you can see, they're a clear upgrade over the old ones. Now, onto the updates and fixes, and we've got a lot of them. We've made numerous stability improvements. Memory usage has been improved in a lot of scenarios, we've closed off a handful of memory leaks, and we've reduced loading hitches and stutters across the client. We also fixed some rare crashes. We've greatly increased VRChat's startup speed on every platform. This includes the entire startup flow, from opening up VRChat to the login process and loading into your homeworld. The entire process has been reworked, with the end result being a sizable decrease in load times. This rework also fixed a bunch of minor bugs, crashes, and other issues. We made a lot of changes to text displayed across various languages in the client. I'm not going to go into all of them here. Go check out the full notes. We fixed an enormous amount of bugs in the UI. Once again, there are a lot of these. Go check out the full notes to see all of them. We got a few changes that are relevant to creators. These touch SDK functions, but will work right away in the client version. The VRC Player API set voice low pass function is working again. On-input method changed is now called whenever the player joins a world. And we introduced a limit on recursion depth between Udon behaviors, currently 1,000 steps. Dynamic bones on avatars will now always be converted to fizz bones. As a heads up, if you use dynamic bones on your avatar, you'll have to convert them to fizz bones before uploading from now on. VRChat will now automatically add or remove parameters in OSC config files when an avatar is updated. Any manual edits to addresses in the JSON will be kept as long as the parameter name didn't change. Fixed an issue that caused OSC query parameters to fail to broadcast with their proper default values on load. We've added tooltips for all the stat fields on the avatar details page. This should hopefully give you a little insight into what each stat means and how they can affect overall performance. Fixed an issue that prevented badges to not appear in the main menu's profile tab when logging in with Steam. The platform compatibility icons on the clone avatar button disappeared. After a long search, we found them and put them back. Fixed a bug that could cause your view height to be set incorrectly after leaving a station. Hid some accessibility UI options that weren't available in desktop mode. The blue camera lens indicator should now be properly hidden whenever the rest of the lens is. Fixed a bug that would make world tags unclickable. Local builds of new avatars will now appear in the avatars menu without requiring a restart. Udon input is no longer blocked in the quick menu, only the main menu. Fixed a case that could cause avatars to be left squinting if you move far enough away from them mid-blink. Hebrew is now available as a preferred language, for real this time. Because Hebrew is a right-to-left language and our UI was originally designed for left-to-right languages, please excuse some of the design compromises we had to make in order to get the language to play nice with our layout, like left justification for text. You can now toggle logging in the main menu as opposed to just the quick menu. Fix a small issue on the avatar unavailable image where masking wasn't being applied correctly. The current world name in main menu worlds is now hidden in streamer mode. We've restyled the distance diamonds that appear when hiding avatars by distance or by count. They're opaque now, which should help improve performance and visibility in busy instances. Updated the list of report reasons that are available when reporting users, avatars, worlds, and groups. Fixed an issue where the email verification prompt on login would lead to a black screen. Additionally, the in-client instructions for email verification were made more legible. Fixed an issue that caused images viewed in the group announcement page to be displayed in a low resolution. And many, many more. As usual, while I read most of these changes, I don't read everything. Go check out the full patch notes, linked in the description, to see everything. Trust me, there's a lot there. That's it for this time. Thanks for watching.